Hi, hello, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. If you're new here, my name is Elena and I am the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos. Here on the channel, we talk about everything from homeschooling to homemaking, all the things in between. Today, somewhere maybe in between, we're gonna talk about library books and how I've checked out possibly way too many to read before I have to return them. I don't know where I think I was gonna get all this time from. But let me show you what I checked out and see if you have heard or read of any of these books. Let me know in the comments down below, or if you have any suggestions. Always looking for book recommendations, because as you can see, I have no real control when we get to the library. I just want to check out all the books. I am very ambitious in what I think I'm going to get done reading. So let me just jump in and get started. The first books that I'm going to share with you are books we actually own. So we have Isle of the Lost, Rise of the Lost, no, just kidding, Rise of the Isle of the Lost, and then Escape from the Isle of the Lost. And then there is one book in here that is missing. I believe it's book number 2, but I checked these out because my son and I are hosting a readathon. We are going to be doing what we are calling Quest for Disney's Descendants, and we just thought it would be a fun, starting in the summer, ending at the end of the year, kind of read along. I will link the Discord group down below, as well as the link if you want to join the group on Storygraph. But we just thought we would create a reading challenge for him and I and invite others to come alongside us and do it as well. I will also link the video where I explain the readathon more in depth to you, but we went ahead and checked out the Descendant books because we're both going to be trying to read these books starting this month at the same time. And so we just felt like in case we both wanted to get started on the same time, then having that second pair would be good. So they're pretty easy reads. This will be a reread for us. These here will be a reread for us, and so I think we should get through them pretty quickly. I'm going to start with this one rather quickly because I like to get the books back to the library as soon as I can so that others can enjoy them as well. So we did check these out for that purpose. Other books that I got for the Quest for Disney Descendants was As Old as Time. This is by Liz Braswell. It is a twisted tale, and it says, what if Belle's mother cursed the beast? So this one is actually not one that I think I'm going to reread, although I don't know if I have time. Says every mom in the world, right? I wouldn't mind rereading it because I really liked this one. So I kind of want to branch out and see if there's another like retelling of Beauty and the Beast that maybe I can read for the challenge. But my son was interested in reading this, and so we have this checked out as well. The other twisted tale is by Jen Calonita or Calonita. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. But this one is Mirror Mirror, and it says, what if the evil queen poisoned the prince? And so we enjoy these twisted tales, and so I grabbed this one off the shelf as well. Our library has quite a few of these, but these are the only 2 that we picked up for the challenge. I lied. We also picked up this one for the challenge. It is Hello Cruel Heart by Maureen Johnson. It's a story of Cruella de Vil in her teen years. So this, I think, is kind of a spin or a fill in the gap from the movie Cruella, which was a good movie. If you guys haven't seen that, both my son, my husband, and I enjoyed that movie, and it's really hard for all 3 of us to find a movie we can agree on. So this says, before she becomes Cruella de Vil, and it takes place in London in the summer of 1967, and Estella, or Cruella, is 16 years old. And so it just talks about her fashion, ambitions, and things like that. And so it kind of just talks us through that part of her life. On the back part, it says, once upon a time, she tried being good. And so I'm excited to pick this one up. This one we actually have had out for, I think, a week already. So I really need to get started on one of these, right? So I think maybe this one is the one I'll start with first. But also, speaking of challenges, today I actually ran into the library because one of the other books was on hold. It was available to me, and that is Finlay, Donovan is Killing It. I have seen this a lot of places, and it was actually suggested to me. It was another summer reading challenge. I will put the name down here below. I believe the name of the challenge is Suns Out, Books Out. And so I was kind of going back and forth of whether or not I was going to do that challenge or participate in it, but then this book became available, and so I went ahead and picked it up, and now I think I may participate, but I don't think I'm going to do the group read in that one. I'll link that below too for you if you want to know more about that one. But this one is by Elle Cosimano? Oh man, I really need to look these up before I do this. My apologies. But this one, it says most moms are ready to kill someone by 8:30 a.m. on any given morning. And this is not necessarily a genre that I read, but I picked it up for the challenge and I have been hearing a lot of good things about it. It is about a single mom of 2 and she's a struggling novelist, and that is kind of she's having a meeting with her publicist, I think, or with her agent, and she's discussing the plot to her next book, or her idea for her next book, and it is about a murder, and someone overhears her and mistakes the conversation for an actual conversation and hires her on as a professional hit person. And so I hear there is a lot of comedy in this. In fact, as I was walking out of the library with it, another woman stopped me and asked if I had read it yet, and I told her, nope, I'm just picking it up. I'm super excited. She had finished this one and was on hold for the second book in this. I don't know if it's going to be a whole series or if it's just going to be the 2, but she was on hold for the next one. She said this was very funny and she thoroughly enjoyed it and would totally recommend it. And so I was really glad, one, to find, you know, kindred spirits at the library. It's always fun, but that she was recommending it so highly too. Okay, this one, I went into the library and just kind of picked a few books at random, and I know I said I was done with the challenges, but I was looking for a green cover because one of the year-long challenges that I had joined is an Owls type Harry Potter Storygraph. It's on Storygraph. I will link the video where I do the reading journal so you can know a little bit more about that as well, but I will try to link the Storygraph link to that challenge as well. I'm not doing a great job with this. I'm trying to rush and my kiddos are knocking at the door. So this one though had a green cover and I thought, hey, maybe this will work. This is called Love is a Revolution and it is by Renee Watson. And this is a story about when Nala Robertson reluctantly agrees to attend an open mic night for her cousin, sister friend Imani's birthday, she finds herself falling in instant love with Ty Brown, the MC. He's perfect, except Ty's an activist, and that's right, she is not really. She'd rather just be like curled up at home and just says Nala would rather watch movies and try out the new seasonal flavors at the local creamery. And so it talks about how, I'm just basically reading it off, sorry. In order to impress Ty, Nala tells a few tiny lies. The more time they spend together sharing, the lies get harder to sustain. She keeps falling deeper into the lies. And then it says she'll learn all the ways love is hard and how self-love is revolutionary. So this sounded really interesting to me. I did need a book for that, for the Owls readathon that had a green cover. And so, yeah, I was glad I found this. So this is on my to be read list as well. I also grabbed this one because I felt like maybe it was green, but in case one doesn't work out, you know, I don't know. Although it sounds really good, so I think it'll work out just fine. This one says, This Is How We Fly, and it's by Anna Mariano. It says Quidditch isn't just for wizards. And so I just thought this was perfect. I do like Harry Potter, as you could probably tell. But this one is kind of just a spin-off, not a spin-off of Harry Potter's world, but fans of Harry Potter. So this 17-year-old vegan feminist, Alan Lopez-Roque, has just one muggy Houston summer left before college. And she wants to spend it with her 2 best friends, but she's grounded for the entire summer. So she kind of finds a loophole in that by joining a Quidditch team. And so it's just all that ensues with that. It says suddenly Alan is thrown into the world of sports. Her life is all practices, training, and running with a group of Harry Potter fans as she pursues new relationships and starts to find a place among her new teammates. Maybe Quidditch is where she belongs. So Quidditch, if you're not familiar with Harry Potter, is the sport in Harry Potter. And so this just sounded like a fun, interesting read. So we picked this, I picked this one up as well. And then speaking of Harry Potter, I picked up a book by J.K. Rowling. This is the Ichabod. This is one that I've not been hearing too much about, but I just finished reading her Christmas Pig story. I know it's not Christmas time, but I mean, Christmas can be all year round, right? So I just finished that one and I thought it was a sweet, endearing book. I do have a kind of wrap up of my reading because read when I can. I don't have like an end of the month wrap up that I do, so I try to just, as soon as I finish the book, come record a little blurb what I thought about it, and then when I have enough, I put it out for you to read. So I have one out, I will link that for you, and then hopefully another one will come out soon because I've got quite a few books here to read. But this one says, as tall as 2 horses, eyes like glowing balls of fire, long razor sharp claws, the Ichabod is coming. And so the last part of the blurb just says, when the myth takes on a life of its own, casting a shadow over the kingdom, 2 children, best friends, Bert and Daisy, embark on a great adventure to untangle the truth and find out where the real monster lies, bringing hope and happiness to cornucopia once more. So this is about creature that the town says may or may not exist, and these 2 children and the adventure they go on, it seems like, to figure out if that is true or not. And then the last one that I checked out is Great or Nothing. And this was a reimagined, it says, a reimagined Little Women set in the turmoil of World War II. This one is by multiple authors, by Joy McCullough, oh, I probably messed that up, Caroline Tung Richmond, Tess Sharp, and Jessica Spotswood. Good gravy. So let me just show you who it's by. And I love the illustration on this book. I just think it is so sweet. This is one that I may end up wanting to get purely based on the cover, because I just, like I said, it is just really, even the spine. I don't know if the actual book looks like this, but it's just really sweet, I think. And so this one is on the back says, fans of Little Women and of World War II narratives will devour this inventive and touching exploration of possibilities for the world's most beloved siblings. So I think that this is just a kind of retelling of Little Women taking place in World War II. And so yeah, it has Meg, Jo, Amy, and Beth, and this just seems like it would be so much fun to read. I have not read Little Women. I have this really beautiful copy, well, I think it's beautiful, from Usborne Illustrated, but I've not read it. I've so far actually only read retellings of Little Women. So this is on my list of, at some point I would like to read, but I'm going to read this probably first. Definitely first, because I'm not going to get through this and all those books before I get through this. But that is what I have from the library. So I literally just sat down to upload the, I was going to say film. No, it's not on film, but to upload so that I could get the video edited and out on the books. And I got a notice on my phone that a book was ready for me to download, one that I've had on hold for a while. I've been on, you know, in the queue to get this book. And so that one is now available for me to read. And then a book I pre-ordered way back in January also just arrived at my mailbox. I pre-ordered this, like I said, I feel like way back in January. I know maybe it wasn't January, but it has been several months. But this is by Carlos and Alexa Penavega. I absolutely love this couple. I just think they are so sweet and endearing. And their book is called What If Love Is the Point? And it just talks about living for Jesus in a self-consumed world. And this one is mine to keep. I'm super excited about it, but oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do all this reading. It's gonna be very fun though, because now I just have tons of good stuff to read, right? Okay, this really is it. So I have no idea, place your bets, how many of these books I'm gonna be able to get through before they need to be returned. And then let me know down below, oh, these are getting heavy, if you do the same thing. Do you go to your library or do you just go buy your books? I wish I had the budget to just buy all the books, but I don't. So I really utilize our library. Plus having kiddos, it's nice having a library close that's filled with great books. So I kind of always overload myself on these books, but like I said, I'm hoping to get through them. I'm finding that the nice weather though, I'm actually reading less because I want to be outside more and I just don't always take the book with me. Also, I'm a little iffy on bringing my library books out, like especially to the backyard, especially if the kids are playing in the sprinklers or something like that. I just don't want something to happen to them. Anyways, thanks so much for joining me and seeing what I checked out from the library. Remember to place your bets down below. Let me know how many books you think I'm going to get through. I don't know. It's quite a few books, but I'm hoping to get through the majority of these before we need to return them. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't been told, you are deeply and truly loved and so appreciated. Thank you so much for watching.